we are here with episode number 5 of the Fret Talk podcast. You are here with the Budget Pill Chap as your host, and we have got start with Mick. Come on.
Good day to you, young man.
Hello.
Hello.
So we got Mick, we got Paul,
Yo.
and we have got Matt.
Good evening.
Welcome.
I don't know why I said yo. Sounds so bad.
You are clearly down with the kids, Paul. You are clearly down with it.
Yeah, from 1990.
That's well wicked, that is.
Already.
Right, so let's get on to our week's events. So what have we all been doing? Mick, you got to start us off.
Yeah, I've got a couple of things this week. A Reverend Blue thing, which is
Blue thing.
yeah.
Is that what
I can't remember what they're called.
Yeah, it's kind of a little bit Telecaster shaped, isn't it?
Doag something or other. Yeah, it's the same shape as Chris Wilson's, but I've got in cool blue rather than rampant Republican red.
I thought you were going to say Rampant Rabbit then.
So like that. But I will say, it was 550 quid from Anderton, and it's a great guitar. It looks like a misshapen telly, and it sounds a little more mellow.
Yeah, it's P90, isn't it?
Yeah, Humbucker P90. P90 is fantastic. I like P90, but hey. And it's got this bass slide-off type thing that allows you to, remove that from the sound to give a very decent sound. And as I said, 550, you can't knock it, man. You can't knock it. It feels more like £1,000 guitar, and the quality, the build is all very good. It's got, what always impresses me when you take it out of the box, fresh out of the box, and it's nearly in tune. They haven't done a setup at all on it. It's just come straight from Reverend like that.
Yes, the thing about the Reverend, though, isn't it? The quality control on them is absolutely on. It's just on point, isn't it?
Yeah. I've played it a little bit, and it's just a good workhorse guitar, And I think very quickly I'll be happy to gig with it,
Yeah, I mean
It's quite.
It was on a deal as well, because they usually come in at about 700.
They've got newer ones out just released, I believe. So they're obviously trying to offload them. But hey,
yeah. I mean that's to your reminder, really.
Yeah, and what was very impressive, on the invoice it said it was from Lee Anderson himself. I'm sure he never got his hands dirty involved in it, but
signed off on by the captain himself.
Yeah, I don't mind him actually, but hey, let's move on.
I think he's got a really cool guitar style as well.
Well, yeah. Let's not bog down with that, but I think he's made a few bad mistakes lately. But hey.
You also managed to pick up a little toy in the shape of a pedal, haven't you, this week?
Yeah. Because I'm a pedal king.
Renowned expert.
Well, I'm now. I've got a Ditto Looper.
You haven't got a Looper, you've got a Digitech Trio.
Fucking Trio.
Already.
Yeah, pardon me, but I saw Chris get hold of one, and I thought, I'll dip my toe into it, because my band is spread around Europe.
Yes,
I play in, so passing stuff, it sounds a lot better if you can have a drum and bass on it, obviously.
Yeah, how you getting on with it?
You know, try.
Intuitive.
Yeah. I mean, you just got to get the sequence in terms of understanding what you got to do first, and but once you've got that, and I mean, to be honest, I had a look through. There's a couple of good. Well, there's an Andertons video with Danish Pete and some bloke. Yeah, showing it, and it obviously. Well, with Danish Pete, it's usually pretty good, I find. And I managed to get into it. So now, I can quite confidently, you teach it a chord sequence for the song or part thereof, and then you can play it back, trying out different styles of, drum and bass. So you can have complex or simple, however you like, based on, House of the Rising Sun as a hip hop song is very good, and but I mean, it gives you that ability to try it out, and then you can just lay on tracks on top of it and build up quite a an okay demo. It's got the ability to, you can separate the drum and bass from your loop, and so you can, record it quite well without influencing it. I haven't quite got how to do that yet, but because it involves plugging things in. But no, I'm quite impressed. For a Luddite like myself.
So it's it's Luddite proof, is it?
Well, I mean, if I can start doing stuff on it, any bum can, But it would appear that you really have to sort of like teach it very basic, a basic style. If you get too complicated, it does get a bit confused.
Okay.
But I don't get too complicated. But if you lay down your track, your sequence for each part of the song. And so you can once you've laid down each sequence, and then you can teach it, when you want to bring in the bridge and blah blah blah, and repeat and fade chorus.
Yeah.
It seems. I mean, all for 175 quid. Seems good. Well, I've not seen anything like it, to be honest, but hey, I haven't been looking.
No, I mean, I must admit, it does. From what I've seen, it seems really clever.
Yeah. Well, in a bit.
I do a lot of stuff using GarageBand on my phone. If I record a little loop. But I mean, that's time consuming about going back and editing and all this. Whereas that's very instantaneous, and like you say, it's plug and play.
Well, if you know your song, don't get confused by your song. It works. I think GarageBand in looping, the timing's got to be absolutely right, and you can muck up very easily.
Yeah,
but
definitely.
I'm very happy, to be able to play around with some songs and be able to share it amongst a band. Keep the drummer on her toes.
Right, yeah, that sounds good. I think that was all from you this week. Paul, you said you mentioned a little something that might be coming up on the horizon for yourself as well.
Yeah, as I mentioned, I think it was a couple of podcasts ago. I have been in a band, but because of health, I had to take time out.
Yeah.
Hopefully, depending on whether my health permits, can come in next weekend, so it'll be the 11th, I think. The 11th of August. Hopefully, going to be getting a little slot in a gig with my band again.
Brilliant stuff.
If I can make it, it's going to be the first one that I've done for a while. It's going to be the only one that I'm going to be doing for a while. but like I say, it will be health dependent.
Well,
But I played the same gig sort of 2 years ago, and it's in my top two of gigs. So I really do want to be able to play it again. But like I say, industry, touch wood, the news, have a new beard.
fingers crossed.
The thing last time I had to shave it off.
And Matt, you've got some news from the past couple of weeks as well, haven't you?
Yeah, so I'll start off with I've got a new guitar the day before yesterday, or it might even have been yesterday, I can't remember now. So through a small company called Alan George Guitars, I ordered what's a Fender White Chicken copy. So anybody that doesn't know, it's the Gretsch White Falcon style pickups, Bigsby controls in a Fender Telecaster shaped body. So one of the master builders created the actual White Chicken, and there was 3 made, I think. So it's not something you can actually get your hands on unless you've got lots and lots of cash, which obviously most of us here are not going to ever even get to play one, let alone fork out the 12, 13, 14 grand, whatever they are. So I saw that this company on Facebook were putting an order in for some Chinese copies. I got it through. Yeah, I mean, it's not the highest quality, but you're not going to expect that from a Chinese guitar.
Yeah.
It needs a little bit of work setup-wise, but I'm pretty sure that's just my inability rather than the fact that the guitar is got any problems with.
The intonation isn't quite there, but the actual sound of the thing is pretty nice.
The pickups are surprisingly good quality considering the entire guitar with a hard case and shipped to the Isle of Man was less than, I think it was 253 quid in total. So when you've got to add, I reckon 40 quid of that was postage.
Yeah.
40 to 50 quid of that would be the hard case.
Yeah.
The pickups sound really good quality, and like I say, all right, there's a bit of intonation problem and a rattle in a couple of places, but other than that, it's a really nice guitar to play. It feels great, and it's nice and light because obviously it's hollow both sides. It's just a centre block in there.
Yeah.
I'm really quite impressed for that price range.
You won't see many of them out on the scene as well, will you?
No, not at all. Which is another good thing about it. I don't like having things that everyone else has got. I like to have
coming
unique
from the
stuff.
Man with the golden cabernator.
Yeah. And then last time I was on, which is I can't remember now. I was getting ready for my first gig with my new band. I was, I think, 20 odd songs into learning a 30 odd song set. That gig went really well. We did 31 songs in the end across the entire night. I lost all my notes, so I had to do it from memory, which meant I spent most of the 2.5 hours panicking. But I didn't make any big mistakes myself, apart from a couple of bits and solos, which you can just cover up anyway. The issue we had was the guy who plays guitar and sings did make a couple of mistakes because he's used to playing songs as a 3-piece, and he kept going into solos instead of staying on the rhythm bit whilst I was playing solos. So we had a couple of issues there, but we've sorted that out of practice since.
Good.
I've got my first, that was a wedding gig, so we only did 3 originals that night. I've got my first pub gig with them on Friday, and I'm up to 10 originals and 20 odd covers. So yeah, should be a bit more exciting. I'm really looking forward to it. They're quite like a heavy rock kind of blues influenced band. There's lots of sort of like heavy blues riffs in the original stuff, and I'm just really enjoying even just the riffing side of it. I mean, I'm playing lead on 7 of the originals and rhythm on 3, and I'm just really enjoying it. It's totally different to playing in a band that's doing wedding and function gigs where you're literally doing indie covers with a couple of sort of like 80s synth tracks in to sort of keep people happy. Whereas, like I say,
full.
the fillers, yeah.
I mean, that's what it was all about. I remember you saying last time that it was about getting you out of that comfort zone and getting you out of that kind of rut that you'd found yourself in with the covers band.
Yeah, but like I say, I'm pretty sure my playing's come on a hell of a lot in the maybe 2 months since I agreed to join this band. Just totally different playing styles again. Like looking at actually concentrating on doing proper lead work, and we do a couple of songs where there's harmony parts as well. So we're doing Boys Are Back in Town, and there's a Joe Bonamassa one where we play harmony parts, and one of the originals that they've written has harmony parts in it as well. And working where you know that you have to be exactly on time and you have to know the riff down properly just puts that challenge behind it, and it's got me back to really enjoying playing. Whereas before I was kind of like fed up when I was going to set up. I was like, the only bit I was enjoying was when there's people on the dance floor. Whereas now I'm looking forward to playing again. It's not just when I'm playing that I'm enjoying myself. And there's excitement there from the get go. And all right, it was nerve wracking in the first gig.
Yeah.
This time it should be a lot better. And it's a pub gig as well, which means more bluesy stuff again, and there should be a decent crowd for it.
Yeah, I mean the pub gigs are a real trial by fire, because they'll tell you if they're not happy, won't they?
Yeah, definitely.
Well, I think the thing with pub gigs, the silence is deafening, isn't it?
Yeah,
it is. I mean, it's a bit of a baptism of fire, because I used to work in this pub that we're playing on Friday night. It's my old stomping ground, so I know a fair few people from behind the bar. I know the owner, and I know a few of the sort of locals that are in every Friday night. So if I'm not good, they'll tell me I'm not good.
Yeah. So real trial by fire. But I mean, it sounds like you've become a lot more comfortable with it, and that it's definitely coming along really well. So, I mean, we got fingers crossed for you for that as well.
Cheers, guys. Cheers.
Right, I suppose it's down to me now what I've been doing over these past couple of weeks.
Hi.
I mean, I've been kind of back and forth with my Igniter head, because I'm still trying to work out some troubles with it, and because of that, I've got a Spider Valve HD 100 head from way back in the day when I used to be in like a covers band, and used to do like the versatility was kind of the key, and I thought, why not? Hey, it'll do as a clean tone, and I thought I'd give the old plugging into the power amp trick a go, and it was loud. It was very, very loud, but it weren't a great amp for it, to be honest. It weren't a great amp for it. And then I plugged into the front, and again, it's not aged well. It's really not aged well. Maybe it requires a little bit of TLC, some new valves or something. But I don't know. I reckon it's a retirement job for this one. I don't know. But hey ho, it served me well when I was playing when I was a bit younger. But yeah, I mean the power amp trick where you kind of bypass the preamp section by plugging straight into the return of your effects loop. I was always curious about that, and I gave it a go, and it worked, and I didn't blow anything up. So I mean that's always a bonus, isn't it?
I mean, if that's the most positive thing you've got to say about it, it says wonders about the sound.
Yeah, I mean, it went fantastic, I'll be honest. I got my two tellies back from, because I had to, thank you, Mick.
Sorry.
I had some new pickups put in. I've got a thin line telly, and I've got a telly now with two telly pickups where a humbucker used to be, and I've been impressed with them, but I've managed to break one of them already, so I need to take them back to get rid of the. Yeah, I was maybe a bit heavy-handed. I don't know, but from what I heard, the pickups that I had put in them were fantastic. Once again, Fletcher pickups. I think I'll end up with all of my guitars with Fletcher pickups because they're just so damn good for the price. I mean, they're good non-stop, but I mean, the fact that you're paying the same price you'd pay for some iron gears or for some what are they called? I can't remember. Tone Riders, that's the one. Yeah, I mean, they are about the same price as that, and they're kind of bare knuckle quality, so I'm completely enthralled with them. And I took receipt of a new power supply literally about yesterday. It's a really cheap one. It's from a company called Fame, and it's boasting isolated 8 isolated 9-volt outputs and two 12 volts as well. But it's got a really cool feature on it where you can get the last two 9-volt outputs. They've got a power star mode on them, so you can go from 9 volts to 4 volts. So I mean, I hear about people with vintage fuzz pedals or fuzz pedals with certain kind of vintage characteristics getting a certain sound when you're getting dime batteries in them, and this pretty cheap power supply does that. So I'll be very interested to see if it's boasting, if it's doing what it's boasting, and if it is that good quality. And I think it's coming at something like 30 quid. So I'll definitely be reviewing that one soon on my channel. I think that's everything for this week, to be honest. We're gonna go straight onto the news of the week because we've got some absolutely massive things this week, haven't we?
I thought you were going to say massive piles or something then.
Right, so Paul, you're going to start us off with a massive pile of news. No.
Yeah, and depending on how you look at it, it could be a massive pile of poo. Gibson has just unveiled their burst driver system on the, I think it's a Les Paul Custom.
Yeah, something custom shop, isn't it? Because it's coming in at like $4.5 grand.
I'd try 5.5. But yeah, basically, it's got custom pickups that are built to work with an analog distortion circuit. The idea behind it is actually causing a massive divide between the Frettalk guys. Most people are saying they don't see the point. I'm saying I do, just not on a guitar that price. Maybe on a 500 quid Epiphone, not on a 5.5 grand Gibson.
Yeah, I mean this was my argument as well.
Yeah.
I was very much on the other side of the fence. I was very much kind of up in arms about why would they bother doing this, especially to such an expensive instrument. Then I saw the video of it being...
The basic premise of it actually looks kind of good.
Yeah.
Problem is you have to set and forget. And that's the problem with it.
Yeah.
No, I'm actually just having a quick look at some pictures. Basically, the way the circuit is built is it's built into the normal rear cover for the pots.
Yeah.
And what you've got is you've got a 9-volt cover that's built into that.
Yeah.
For obviously a 9-volt battery, and then you've got 3 trim pots, a level, tone, and gain. Which the reason I like it is because of the level control. You've got an inbuilt boost control there.
Yeah. You can have
so I like the fact that you could basically use it as a clean boost. and it's built into your guitar. I love that fact.
The notorious 2015 range had it only had 3 pots and had a flick switch for like 15 dB gain boost on them.
Yeah.
And people were absolutely going mental at that, weren't they?
Yeah, I mean, I suppose it depends what you're looking for. I mean, I'm very much from the Fender school, so for me, having the 15 dB boost would be something that I'd be looking for. Yeah, I mean, I was saying the other week about my my Green Strat. The Guitar Geek modified it for me, and he's changed it to a twin volume single tone. And what I tend to do is have the neck volume at, say, like half or just under, maybe a third. Use that for my rhythm, and then flick to a full bore bridge pickup setting for my lead sound.
Yeah.
So to me, something like this that Gibson's done would be quite useful, because it means that I don't need to be stomping around on pedals. I can be anywhere I want on the I can be anywhere I want on the stage, hit a switch, and I've got my lead sound. My biggest question, according to Gibson's blurb, they say that the trim pots can be adjusted with a guitar pick. Now, I know quite a number of our guys use 1.5mm and thicker.
Yeah, I mean,
there's a couple that use 2 and 3mm. I doubt they're going to do anything to a trim pot.
Yeah, I'm currently rocking, I think about 2mm rosewood picks. But I mean, my standards are Jazz 3, and they're coming in. I think they're supposed to be a mil, but they've got rounded edges, so they're usually a bit thicker.
Yeah, they're more like 1.3, 1.4.
I mean, I generally use 0.75, 0.65, something like that. So I'd probably get away with it, but most of our guys wouldn't. But like I say, the biggest thing is the fact that they've done it on a $5.5 grand Les Paul Custom.
Yeah,
whereas
seems a bit risky, doesn't it?
It's too much of a gimmick to put on a guitar like that. But Gibson seems to keep coming up with these ideas, and they don't. Yeah, they don't learn from the mistakes. I mean, you look through history. You've had the Darkfire.
Yeah.
That went nowhere. I mean, I'd never even heard of it until this year. You had the Nighthawk and Blueshawk. They were boasting something like 11 pickup selections.
Really?
There was something like that. Because of all coil taps and all the rest of it, and they were HSH, I think.
They were HS Mini.
Yeah, because of all that, they were boasting something like 11 pickup selections, but they went nowhere. No, they weren't. You've had a Les Paul Digital. You've had a Les Paul CSL, which was that was back in the 70s, and they were trying to do stuff like this way back then. That went nowhere.
Birds X as well, not so long back.
I was just going to mention that. Yeah,
that was hilarious.
Everybody hated that before it had even been released. They actually.
It was.
It looked horrible. Never mind to play it. I mean, they actually teamed up with.
Yeah, it was followed on from the Dusk Tiger and the other one as well, wasn't it?
Dusk Tiger, that was the other one I was trying to think of, and I could not remember it. That was sort of Gibson's version of the Variax, wasn't it?
Yeah, almost. Yeah.
Yeah, and that everybody hated that. They actually did a full MIDI guitar, the HD6X, which was basically, it was a Les Paul.
Yeah.
And there was a version with no magnetic pickups. It purely had a hex pickup for MIDI and a Carla style trem. And that was literally all you got on it, because it was supposed to run directly through a Roland VG8 or something like that. But their interface was really awkward, because they were running analog to digital in the guitar, but then to convert the signal you would think you should just be able to plug it straight into a digital input, but you couldn't. You had to convert the signal back to analog before you could do anything with it. So you had to get separate interfaces before you could even plug it into anything to get a sound from it. So it was ridiculously complex for such an unadorned guitar. I mean, you look at 2015. I mean, the GLRs, the Robo Tuners, it's such a simple thing. They sounded like a good idea.
Yeah.
They went nowhere. Everybody took them off.
That's it. Yeah. I mean, you see them on these gear exchanges these days. You either see 2015 Les Paul. I have taken the robot tuners off, taken the stupid robot.
Yes.
Or you see like robot tuners, 20 quid. I just want rid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it
seems like a great idea, but I think with the robot tuners they forced them upon everyone. Getting back to the burst driver, what are our opinions, Matt? What do you think? Because we've had what me and Paul kind of our stance on it. What are your thoughts?
I think it's probably the stupidest idea anybody's ever had. I mean,
don't hold back, Matt.
To put a drive pedal in a guitar, all right, fine, but a £5,500, somebody who buys a $5,500 Gibson is gonna have a pedal board, and I don't know anybody that has a pedal board that doesn't have a drive pedal on it. And I also don't know anybody that has a drive pedal that turns up to a gig and wants to have to use a screwdriver to change the tone slightly, because obviously this room has different acoustics to the last room and I need a little bit more cut through. So I'm just going to take my guitar off, put a screwdriver in the back of the guitar, tweak it a little bit, then put the guitar back on, play it, see if that's right, and if not, have to take it off again, fiddle about a bit more. It just seems nobody has put any thought at all into what it is. Like, if you're going to do that, have the dual concentric tone pots and have the tone pot of the neck pickup as a dual concentric, and then have the top half of it as the tone pot for the distortion.
Very much so.
Like, it just seems like nobody's thought about anything apart from, we'll stick something else in this and put £1,000 on a price tag.
Yeah. It seems like Gibson keeps trying to reinvent the wheel, but they're failing at every turn. No pun intended.
I reckon.
I was actually talking to.
I reckon they had the name first, and they just thought, well, what can we do? What can we do with it?
Yeah, let's come up with something that'll work with it. I was actually talking to John Ashton last night, and he said exactly the same thing as Matt. Yeah. Somebody who can afford a £5,500 Gibson Les Paul has already got a pedal board with probably 3 drive pedals on it already.
Yeah.
So
you can cram into a cavity at the back of a guitar.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, like I say, I like the idea of having a clean boost built into your guitar because it gives you that freedom of movement.
Yeah.
But it's just actually having a distortion circuit in your guitar isn't really going to do anything.
Yeah, one final thing just before we move away from it. Yeah. How many people have a Gibson drive pedal on their board? A Gibson known for making drive pedals.
Did they do any?
I don't think so, not as far as I'm aware. So why would anybody?
I'd imagine the drive circuit is probably outsourced, but
yeah, it would be.
But it's not from a big name though. Otherwise, they'd be saying, "Look, we've got a Wampler Tumnus, or we've got a Crowther Hotcake."
Yeah.
But there's the other thing as well. It's the fact that you're limited to one distortion circuit rather than being able to choose your own. I mean, because for example, like is it Steve Burrows? He was champion of the Crowther Hotcake.
Yeah.
Whereas I would gravitate more towards something like an Angry Charlie.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you want to be able to pick the sort of sound that you're going to get. You don't want to be forced into having that one sound.
I mean, from what
Yeah,
I heard,
totally agree.
it was quite a nice drive tone. But I mean, I think we've pretty much said where we stand on this one. To be honest, we're gonna have to leave it and see what actually happens with this burst driver, and how long before it fades into obscurity. Matt,
I'll give it 2
you've got
weeks.
some more news for us, haven't you? You've got some more, a slightly
Yeah,
lighter
so-
note this time.
I'm not sure if it is, but we'll have a go. So Epiphone have just released a limited edition Lee Malia custom RD. So Lee Malia is the guy from Bring Me the Horizon. So he's already got 2 signature models.
We're talking an
And they've-
Explorer and a Les Paul custom, are we?
Yeah. And they've now brought out this Gibson RD, which, to be honest with you, it's not a shape I recognise. It's a little bit like a reverse Firebird, I guess, or is it the normal
I
Firebird?
think they're more common with bases, as far as I'm aware. But yeah.
Yeah. So
kind of along the offset trend that we're seeing at the moment.
yeah, very much so. So this has got a P94 in the neck, and an 84T LM humbucker in the bridge. P94, obviously, the P94 I've heard of, but this 84T LM humbucker, never heard of it. But that's what's in it. It's got the thing that ruins the guitar looks wise to me straight away is they've got an Epiphone Les Paul headstock on it. And it doesn't match up. It's got a sort of stained wood effect kind of body.
Yeah, almost
with
like kind of walnut finish, doesn't it? Because it's like
and then you've got the black headstock with the Epiphone logo, and like I say, it's a Les Paul shaped one, and it doesn't go well with the offset style body. You need something like the Firebird headstock, almost.
Even the Explorer headstock or something.
Yeah,
that design has actually been around before.
Yeah.
That design actually, it came out in the
design?
No, it was before that. It was something like the late 1950s, I think it was. It was around the time of the original Carina, and it was one that they did a couple of prototypes of and didn't actually release. Probably for obvious reasons when you see it.
I don't mind the look of it, actually. I think the RD it looks a bit more interesting than some of the offsets you're seeing these days.
It looks kind of like a Firebird, but gone wrong.
Yeah, apparently the first time the shape was actually released was in the late 70s, and the RD stands for Research and Development, because it's a style that they had from a previous era that was never released.
Yeah, I knew it was before the 80s.
Wasn't this the kind of base? The body shape is the base that Chris Novoselic used to use out of Nirvana. Didn't he use the RD?
I don't know. I've only ever seen him using it.
I thought it was a Firebird that he used, but it might have been this. It's been a while since I've seen it. Anyway, this guitar, it comes with a gig bag and your certificate saying that it's a signature model, and the pricing for it, if I can just get it up, is £679 for an Epiphone, which to me
this is pushing the top
is
for Epis, isn't it?
Well, when you can get a Les Paul Studio, a Gibson Les Paul Studio, or the Gibson Les Paul Traditional for less than that, I don't see why you would pick an Epiphone, especially when sort of, all right, it's a guy's signature model, you might be into it, but I would say the majority of Bring Me the Horizons fans are 25 and under, and to me, they're not going to be able to afford a £700 guitar. They're more likely to pick up a £400 signature model than a £700. I just think they've priced it to the wrong market.
Even the older Lee Malia Explorer is still selling at £680.
And so is the Gibson the Epiphone Les Paul as well. They're all the same price.
The Les Paul's actually been discontinued now.
The kind of selling point of this is the fact that it's a humbucker P90 combination. You don't see that all that often.
It's splittable bucker as well, so you can coil split it with a push pull on the tone, so it does give quite a wide range of sounds, yeah. But like I say, it's an Epiphone for £700.
Yeah, so, I mean, like you're saying, mate.
Isn't it all Chinese sourced as well? It's not American pickups.
The pickups are American. They're Gibson USA, but everything else is.
Is it China made or is
I
it
can't
Korean?
remember where. I'm trying to think. I did read it before, but I've got like 7 pages of stuff. It's Korean.
It's Korean. I mean, it's not. It's not. It's not terribly priced. I mean, if you think about the
All right,
the Chapmans that are being released now, they're Korean made and they're coming upwards of £1,000 now, aren't they?
They'll be so finished, whereas this won't be. This will just be the same as everything else.
Let's say the Lee Malia Les Paul, like I say, it's been discontinued now, but that was retailing at the same price, $679.
Yeah, you can still get them on Andersons at the moment.
Yeah, but officially it's been discontinued. That was all I meant. I wasn't saying you can't get them.
Right, okay.
But yeah, they're going at $679. No, let's do a comparison. If you're going to get a Les Paul shaped guitar, are you going to get the Humbucker P90 Lee Malia for £679, or are you going to get the PRS Chris Robertson SE? I think it's 345 or something like that, which again is Humbucker and P90, and is about $650. Are you going to want an Epiphone or a PRS for that price?
And you've got the Reverend, the one that Mick got as well. I mean, that's usually they're around that price as well.
Similar price range.
Yeah. So I mean,
and I bet you that Reverend plays 10 times better than this thing does.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not a fan of PRS, but I'd go for that over the Lee Malia.
Well, I recently got a couple of the old PRS.
Oh, the
PRS, the Exotic Wood one. Yeah, the Zebra Wood and the I forget the other one. But I got them for $650 each. You know. Yeah, and they're quality guitars. You know. I think Epiphone. Maybe they're just dipping their toe in to see what happens, you know? Yeah. Maybe they're doing a Gibson.
I think that this cascades down from Epiphone have done that stupid £99 toy guitar that they're calling a Les Paul that's got single coils and looks like it looks like there's a 4-year-old drawn the Strax plate on it. It looks hideous. It's a bolt-on neck. It's got single coils. It's about the same as a Les Paul as my left leg is.
I completely agree with that.
Oh dear.
I hated it when we were talking about it the other week.
It's a child's toy. It's just a child's toy.
Yeah.
I think it's got. To me, it's got the same kind of charm that a Dan Electro has. You know that it's going to be terrible, but it's got that kind of quirky retro thing.
And you buy it when you're going on tour, so you can smash it up at the end of the gig, and then glue it back together and smash it up at the end of the gig, and you never have to play it.
It reminded me of Fender did a similar thing with the 2 single coils at a quirky angle. Was it a Supersonic or something like that? And it was dirt cheap. Yeah. But I'd rather have the Squire than the Epiphone.
Yeah, I'm with you there.
Right, I think we've had enough of Epi. Oh,
Gibson and Epiphone.
Before we do, actually, we'll have a little bit more of Epi bashing. Not too long ago, they announced a James Bay signature Epiphone Century. It's like a 60s reissue. The kind of the iconic James Bay kind of semi-acoustic single P90. This was news to me because I thought actually that they released this last year, but apparently they weren't signature ones, whereas the new ones are. And they're coming in at a similar price as well, I believe.
That's different though. I wouldn't effie bash as much about these just because a hollow-bodied guitar like that is going to take a lot more putting together. So the same hardware in a 335 that's in a Les Paul is going to be £1,000 more in a 335. So I get the price increase for something like this from an Epiphone.
The other thing that you want to...
There's no... Go on, Paul.
I think you're going to say exactly what I was going to say. Carry on.
I was going to say that there's no direct Gibson up from this. It's a totally separate. It was always an Epiphone model. There's never been a Gibson model of this type of thing, which that takes away. Then it's not like you're choosing an Epiphone over a Gibson. You're getting the top model that there is.
I was actually going to say something slightly different. What I was going to say is there isn't any other Epiphone model of equivalent to this. Basically it's based off a guitar that James Bay picked up that was built in 1966. It's not one that you will find as a standard model. No. So
tying into what you both said,
with something,
there's no Gibson, there's no Epiphone, there's nothing. You couldn't go into a guitar shop and pick up something that was in that same ballpark, pretty much.
No, there is no Epiphone Century that isn't the James Bay model. Yeah. So the sort of rarity value of it, yes, you can argue the fact that is worth £679. Yeah. Going back to like the Lee Malia, there's too many options to actually really warrant having that guitar.
The RD's a shape that's not seen too often, but
yeah, you'd have to really want it though.
Yeah,
like I say, you've got his Explorer, you've got his Les Paul, you've got the
You sounded
Paul wasn't flipping you off, by the way.
Last sentence. Paul, do you want to start again? Cause...
Yeah, well... Right, you've got Lee Malia's Epiphone Explorer.
Yeah.
You've got his Les Paul. You've got the PRS Chris Robertson. Yeah. You've got too many options to really warrant the RD unless you really, really want it.
Yeah, unless that's
whereas with the... Yeah, exactly. Whereas with the James Bay Century, you haven't got any other options.
Right. For the sake of time, I'm gonna move us on because I think we've got a lot still to get through, and we're still beating on Epiphone.
Guys, I've got to bail out now.
Okie dokie.
So I'll leave you to it, guys.
Indeed. Cheers.
See you later, mate.
Cheers. Bye.
Cheers.
Bye.
Right, so our next one up is we're going to do this one really quick, but it's possibly the coolest bit of guitar gear in the last probably decade. It is the Moore Red Truck. It is it's essentially like a kind of modular pedal boards, kind of along the lines of the Fly Rig, but it looks like it's a red truck. So it has my vote.
Something tells me that the red truck element is the bit that sold it to you, isn't it?
Yep. Yeah, call me a kid at heart. If anything looks like a red truck, I think I'm going to buy it.
The spec list on this is actually really impressive, I've got to say.
Yeah. So, I mean, it works in a similar kind of way to the Fly Rig, as far as I'm aware. I haven't done much research on it myself. I saw a little video on Richie Kotzon's Fly Rig, but I haven't done a great deal of research. So I talked about it being modular in the sense that you've got like 4 different sections or something like that. Is it 4? So you start off with,
5, isn't it?
Is it 5? I assume there's a tuner built.
Yes. There is.
Then, so you can tell me if I'm right here. Then I assume we go then into maybe like comp or overdrive.
Right. Your order of modules is you start off with your tuner.
Yeah.
which actually doubles as a tap function for your delay.
Oh, cool. Yeah, nice one.
Your actual first module proper is actually your reverb.
What?
Yep.
Oh, so
Module number 1 is reverb.
Wait, that's backwards. I'm not
That's
saying
the way
you're wrong.
they've done
I'm saying more have done it backwards if that's the case.
Yeah, it seems like the way they've done it is they've gone right to left rather than left to right.
yeah,
Because it actually goes
but that's
reverb, delay, modulation.
the way your pedal board works anyway, because
Yes, so they've done it as it would be if you had built that up on a pedal board.
okay.
Right.
So
Okay.
do you want
Now I
to
get
go
it.
right to left then? Sorry, just to not confuse.
Okay.
They will not have the reverb. I know that much.
From the right, you've got your drive.
Yep, cool.
You've also got another little section that comes under drive, which is pure boost.
Cool. Yep, makes sense.
Which has the drive's got a volume gain and tone controls, whereas the pure boost, you've got a toggle on and off.
Yeah.
And then you've got boost, bass, and treble controls.
Yeah. So a bit like a TC Spark in that sense.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. Then you've got your distortion section. You've got a toggle mid boost. You've got gain, level, and then a 3-band EQ.
Yep.
Your modulation is a three section affair. You've got tremolo, phaser, and then the last one is a combined chorus and flanger. Now, bearing in mind that this thing's got stereo outs, where we're discussing the possibility that it might be, you can assign which out you want to go from, so that decides whether you're using the chorus or the flanger. That's got a very simple level, rate, and depth control on it. Your delay is actually quite comprehensive, actually. In terms of your rotary controls, you've got a level, time, and feedback, but you've got a 3-way selector for analog, echo, and delay. And then obviously you've got
function on the tuner as well.
Yeah, you've got your tap function, but not only that, you've got graduations from quarter note to, I think, 64th note.
Really?
So the 32 note, 32nd note or 64th note. I can't really see it too well
There's gradation
on the picture.
On the delay as well, and then after that you've got the reverb, I assume.
You got the reverb, you've got level, decay, tone, shimmer, depth and rate, which is classed as modulation.
I'm not sure.
And then finally
more with shimmer again.
Well, then finally you've got your tuner cum delay tap.
Yeah.
Also, on the back, like I say, you've got stereo outs.
Yeah.
You've got a headphone out. You've got an effects loop.
Okay, so maybe adding in your own pedals as well.
Yep. And there's also a digital converter as well, which I think allows it to work as a MIDI controller.
Okay, so maybe something that's competing with the MS3 that we were talking about.
Yes. I can't remember how much the MS3 was. If you compare it to the Tech 21 Flyrig, because that's the closest in terms of what looks like it. Matt, you were saying you've seen the Flyrig at £220.
Yeah, and
yeah, but I mean
the average is about £240.
If you actually look at what's on the Flyrig though, the Flyrig doesn't cover it. All the Flyrig's got is a mono in. You've then got drive on and then a hot, so like an extra boost to it. You've then got a reverb stage that you can also do a little bit of. You can add a little bit of drive to, but again, you've not got much. And then delay, and that's it. That's it for the one that's 228 at the moment.
Yeah.
Right.
On offer. So you've got nowhere near the same amount of effects.
Yeah.
And it's mono.
The one that Richie Cotson uses, which is the Flyrig 5, is, depending on where you get it from, it's anywhere between £240 and £320. There's a massive price variation on the Flyrig, Whereas everywhere I've seen that's got the Mirror Red truck is £240, with one exception, and that's Tommen in Denmark. They're actually selling it at £213.61, including delivery to the UK.
Okay.
So they've actually got quite a good price on that at the moment.
Cool.
And
the Fly
doesn't
look like a red truck, so we've got a clear winner.
You can get a red Fly rig, but it doesn't have the screen on it to make it look like a truck.
No. For the price, the red truck does. Yeah, it's a lot more comprehensive.
I'm wondering if people will be expecting a lower price on the Moore thing, though, because I mean, it's very hard to think Moore and not think very budget friendly mini pedals.
Yeah, but for a multi-effects like that, I wouldn't say 250. Yeah, I wouldn't say 250 quid isn't budget friendly for something like that.
Yeah, no,
I mean, granted, I couldn't walk out right now and buy one, but that's besides the point. For people who are looking for a multi-effects unit and a good quality one,
not only that, by the sounds of it, a practice tool with the headphones out.
Yeah, I mean, right, it's very similar to the. If you added a speaker to it, it'd be very similar to the Vox AV amps.
Yeah.
That cost about the same price.
Yeah.
And it probably sounds a lot better as well, because much as I love Vox, the AVs sounded like absolute gas. The VT series is a hell of a lot better, but it is a modelling amp. Yeah. So, there's a massive difference in what it actually does. Whereas the Mirror being what it is, it's designed to be plugged into a clean amp.
Or a PA as well,
yeah. I mean, given the option, if I had a spare cabinet and I had to choose something to plug into it, I would probably go for the Mirror.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, I'm all for these companies expanding. I mean, you've seen it from Joyo with their amp line recently. You've seen Moore doing the Devon Townsend thing, the Space Machine or something like that, Ocean Machine.
Ocean Machine, yeah.
It's going to be somewhat weirdly named if it's Devon Townsend.
But then bringing out the red truck as well. So I mean, they're kind of making that transition into a slightly different market, which I'm all for, to be honest. We'll have to see what happens with it. We'll have to see if the market takes to it. But yeah, no, positive stuff.
Definitely.
So we're going to move on to. I'm just going to check this time, but we're going to move on to. We'll do the question. Yeah, go on.
Right. Okay. Well. I guess as I put it in the group, I'll go with it. So I just thought it'd be interesting to hear what people's gear was at the very first gig they ever did, and the gear at the most recent gig you've ever done. Yeah. So I know, Paul, you said yours hasn't changed much. So do you want to go first?
Yeah. My gear at my first gig was a Squier Showmaster, which is actually still propped up in my living room now. Plugged into a Digitech RP6, going into a Fender Performer 1000 100-watt combo. After I blew the amp up, I was very kindly loaned a Fender Pro Junior, which for such a small amp was an absolute monster. Nowadays, I'm using, like I say, Vox VT40X and a Squier Strat. It's the FSR Sparkle.
Indeed, the heavily modded, may we add. So, definitely not as...
In fact...
Are you going to take us over to see your sparkly green thing, Mr. Mason?
If I can... That's one way of putting it. If I can spin this camera around, here it is.
Oh, it's beautiful, that, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah, and that scratch plate isn't standard either. The standard scratch plate is just plain white. Yeah, it is. Why you would put a plain white scratch plate on a guitar with that finish, I have no idea. The fact that Andrew put that scratch plate on, and it's got a matching rear plate as well, although you can't really see it in this light.
Fantastic.
But, you know, it really sets the guitar off, and I've actually got a photograph from when I actually played a gig a few months ago, when my health actually let me, and when you photograph it in daylight, it looks absolutely gorgeous.
We'll see if we can get that put up in the Facebook group as well. So
Yeah. Well, let's put it this way: the guitar looks better than I do.
That's not hard, is it? Right, Matt. Your turn then, I guess. Rig pre knowing what the hell was going on gear-wise, and now.
So my very first gig, I'd been playing about 3 years, and despite the fact I had 2 better guitars, I used a Squier Affinity Strat. I have no idea what year it was or anything like that. It was given to me, Dad, by somebody who'd taken it off their son because they'd been firing BB pellets at it. So we stripped it down and repainted it. It's just a matte black finish. I used to really enjoy playing it, but I never particularly liked the sound out of it. But I'd done something to my Yamaha Pacifica, so that I couldn't use that. And I'd done something to the headstock had snapped off my Epiphone SG, so I couldn't use that. So I used an Affinity Strat into a Vox VT50. So from before the VT40X and that series, the Vox VT, I think it was the original series, the like early 2000s, might even be late 90s. It was the first sort of non-starter pack amp I'd ever had. I used exclusively the Jazz Chorus clean channel, and I had the two toggle switch and foot switch with it. So it was the Jazz Chorus clean channel, the AC30 drive channel, and on the other bit that was brought in and out of the effects, I didn't know what all of the different effects on the rotary control did. So I went, "Oh, that's a wah." So I had an auto wah on. And my lead sound was the AC30 with an auto wah, and looking back, it was bloody awful.
Thankfully, Vox has taken that auto wah off.
Good, because it was terrible. It was absolutely terrible. But yeah,
I hate auto wah.
I had a lovely one. I bought a Line 6 Otto filter when they were absolute pennies, and I had some real fun with that.
What, you mean they were ever expensive?
Yeah, they were. The tone core range was. I mean, they were talking like 80 quid a pedal, and then you had the removable modules as well. But I picked one of these probably about 2 or 3 years back, and they were selling them for like £19 or something like that.
How the mighty have fallen.
I know, yeah. But it was a lovely pedal. It was really good fun. Unfortunately, it kicked the volume up on the channel a good kind of boost level, and I didn't really want that. So
no, you definitely don't. Yeah, so you'll note that on that first gig, I didn't mention a tuner because I had a clip-on one.
You legend.
So I didn't even have a pedal. There was nothing on the floor apart from this foot switch for the amp. Which is totally different to what I used the week before last, which was my last gig, where I suppose I'll go from the amp this time. So I've got the Vox AC15 C2, which is the 2 Celestion 212 cab for the AC15 combo. It's absolutely cracking amp. I fell in love with it when I played it in GAC. However long ago that was, probably 4 or 5 years ago now. I've had that, and I've had other amps running in stereo with it, but that's been every gig since I bought it. And then we'll go my pedal board. I'll go from guitar side to amp. So I've got a Line 6 G30 wireless system into Boss OC2, into Hotcake, Crowder Audio Hotcake, into Marvel Drive version 3 from Ramble Effects, into a TS Mini, into a Boss G7, which I just used flat as a boost.
The equalizer, sorry.
Yeah, the G7. That's actually one I bought off you. From there, we then go to the Analog Man chorus, which is based off the C1, I think. But it's one that I bought off Steve Borers. It's quite an expensive pedal, but it's the best sounding chorus in the universe. It's just amazing. Into that, and then I go into the M5, which I'm using as like any other modulations I might need, and my delays, as well as a tuner, because I couldn't fit the tuner on the board. So I'm using the tuner from that. Then into Hoff Mini, so Hall of Fame Mini. From the Hall of Fame Mini into a full-size Hall of Fame, because reverb is the greatest effect ever, and you need 2 reverb pedals on your board. And then
carry on.
You see, delays are stupid. We'll not get into that. So that's the board, and then the guitar is obviously the Cabronita Telly. It's like I say, I've gone from basically what I paid a total of less than 200 quid for at my first gig to, I reckon I'm touching $3,000 on what I used at my most recent gig.
Yeah, it's like the tonal equivalent of going from like a Mackey's Happy Meal to a slap up 5-course meal, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. So that's the end of mine.
I probably went the other way, but my sounds better with the cheaper gear. Weirdly.
It's all in the fingers. You've got those crazy boutique fingers.
Yeah. Yeah, I have to pay a fortune for them.
We're going to boutique finger back, are we?
Right, I'll do mine then.
Yours changes every week, doesn't it, Adam?
No. I started off my first.
Oh, sorry, that's Chris Wilson.
Yeah, he's in and out, crazy. He's a guitar shop. I'm convinced of it. Right, I started my first ever gig was it was a Christmas show at a local church. So I used whatever backline was there. I think it was a Marshall MG50 with 50 DX, is it, with the rotary terrible effects on it. Needless to say, it sounded terrible. It was a Marshall MG. It was of the time. Again, going into a Squier Affinity Strat. So repping the affinities. To be honest, I still have that guitar, and it's a bit of a Triggers broom. There's nothing standard about it, apart from the neck and the body. Everything else has been changed. But yeah, it sounds amazing. It's brilliant. My last ever gig, I can't even remember what guitar I used. It was probably again, it was this is going to be like a charity show that I do with some of them for my students. I'll be using my work rig, which is more than likely my LTD TE212 with a Seymour Duncan quarter pounder in the bridge and a Damasio twanking in the neck. I'm surprised the pickups don't argue with each other, to be honest, considering they're two rival brands. But they pair so well together. I completely just chanced out on them. And then into my work board, which is pretty much TC branded. So I go straight in. I think I go into the Crybaby Classic modded wah. Modded because I happened to break it. Not because I didn't like the sound of it to start with. So it goes into that, and then it goes into Motuno, which is TC Polytune. Then into a more yellow comp, which is always on, but very, very subtle. And then I've got my two drives, which are the Dark Matter and the Mojo Mojo.
You're not running the Mojo anymore then?
No, I'm not doing the dual. There was just too much mid. Too much mid.
Too much mojo.
Yeah, too much mojo for one man to handle. So yeah, I do the Dark Matter and the Mojo, which is you kind of got like a mid-focus boost with the Mojo, and you've got the almost kind of OCD style with the Dark Matter, which gets me pretty much anything I need. You do the one for classic rock, you do the other one for kind of more modern rock. Put them both on, you've got somewhere near metal. I'm fine with that. So from them, I go into the Bright Onion Soap Boost, because it was the same price as a Spark Mini, and I would rather throw my money at someone British, and I think TC have enough of my money as is. So you'll tell from the next bit. So I go into Corona Mini, then I go. The Vortex Flanger, then the phaser. I can't remember what it's called, Helix phaser. Then I go into the Shaker Mini, all TC. Then I go from that into the Moore Trelicopter, which probably the best tremolo I've ever used. Yeah, it's lovely. It goes whoa, 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 whoa. So yeah, just what I need it to.
Because you play dubstep.
Yeah. Then I go into the flashback delay, because everyone needs delay, and no one needs two reverbs, man.
No, you're totally wrong. You need two separate reverbs. You need your standard reverb that's just like flicking the reverb on and off on your amp, which is your Hot Mini, and then you need one that's got a modulated setting that'll do weird shit, and then you have that one on the modulation setting all the time. And when somebody else in the band is annoying you between songs, you can make lots of loud noise that annoys them back.
And then finally it goes into a Ditto looper, one of the mini Ditto loopers. Because, like I say, I use it for work.
Where are you getting your reverb from?
My amp has got reverb. I have all but snapped the knob off. I actually have a go at the guy at work who uses my amp sometimes, because he puts the reverb on, and so yeah, all of that goes in.
Makes it sound good.
It doesn't make me say. It makes me sound terrible, and I need all the help I can get, Matt. I need all the help.
Well, turn your delay pedals off and get some reverb. That'll help you.
Oh, the argument wages on. It will never cease. Delays.
No, it won't.
So yeah, from that I go into the whatever it's called, the Blackstar HT40 on the clean channel. It's almost like a Fender sound, but it's a bit better. But I do get funny looks, because I'm completely like blues man at heart, and rocking up to gigs with this metal looking machine. So yeah, that's my rig at the moment. I think that was the last gig I did. The next gig I'm going to do is probably going to be different than that, because it's going to be band stuff. But that was my last gig. It's all based on versatility more than anything. Hence the TC stuff, I guess. Right, that wraps us up for this week, and I think we've this is probably the longest episode we've done so far. So well done, lads. Thank you for coming along with me on the ride. Right, so we've got a little bit of housekeeping at the end. So Facebook, we have got a new way that the listeners can contact us, because at the end of every episode before this, I was going, I'll sort it out. Finally done it. So if you go into Facebook, look for the group Fret Talk Podcast, you will see a bunch of us hanging out there. You can leave questions, comments, anything you like there, within reason, of course. So yeah, that's kind of your first port of call for contacting us and getting some perhaps your questions featured on the show, or giving us some news as well. That always helps us out. We are now officially on iTunes, so search for the podcast under Fret Talk. It's not hard to find. There's not much. We've not got much competition in that area. So iTunes. You can find us on Acast and on Stitcher as well. So I mean, we're talking Apple users and Android users and everyone in between should be able to find us. So any of those. If you are on iTunes, or I don't know about Acast or Stitcher, but definitely iTunes, feel free to subscribe and give us a 5-star review as well. It will help us.
You can subscribe on Stitcher as well.
Yeah. I don't know about the reviews though. Either way, subscription's always good. But the reviews will help us kind of sail up the charts and become more noticeable and help the audience grow a little bit.
Well, I'm actually using Stitcher, so I'll have a look at that and we'll report back.
Fantastic stuff. I'm kind of flitting back and forth between the lot of them to try and figure out how the hell it works. But mainly I'll be looking at the iTunes feed. I think if I'm honest. So this is where I need to plug myself, and I've completely forgotten what my handle is on all of these things. Right, so I've got Facebook /BudgetPedalChap for any of the updates on my quest for cheap tone, essentially. Instagram is now not what I've said for the last 4 episodes. It is now just Instagram /BudgetPedalChap. I managed to change it so that it's less confusing now. So Instagram /BudgetPedalChap. Do we have any plugs that you guys want to do? Paul?
I suppose I should probably plug the bands. So if you want to see sort of stuff that I've played before, check out at Switch ION. There's actually a link to a gig that we did in TT Week. That's the full 2 hours of an outdoor gig that we did. That's probably my favourite gig I've ever played. And then if you want to catch the stuff from the bands that I'm doing the originals with, that's at Final Cut. So it's Final Cut IOM on Facebook as well. There's a link on there to the Bandcamp. I think there's a 5-track EP. It's not actually me playing on it, but those are the songs that I'm now sort of playing in. And also, if you search for Final Cut on YouTube, you can see sort of some of the stuff that we're doing. Like I say, at the moment, I'm not the guy playing on there, but that's the kind of stuff that I'm playing with them. If you're interested in checking that out.
Cool. Yeah, I promise this time I'll put a link in the show notes, because last time I completely forgot what your band name was, so I didn't want to link to some random band. I'll make sure that happens. And Paul?
Yeah, even though I'm sort of in and out with them, I'll mention my band. It's Facebook, Don't Panic Blackpool. Obviously the band's called Don't Panic.
Yeah, and it's always good advice. Blackpool, do not panic.
Yeah, I think we need to follow that advice sometimes. There's quite a few videos on there actually. There's some with me, some without me. So, and plus the other guitarist, John Ashton, he's a member of Fret Talk as well. So he'll probably be popping up on the podcast at some point as well.
Fantastic. Yeah, we'll get him on definitely. Right.
Yeah.
So this is where the last couple of podcasts have sucked, because I've just went bye. Right. So yeah, we're going to leave it there. Yeah, check us out on all of those things. Hopefully we'll catch you again soon, listening up. Yeah, see you guys around.
Thanks very much.